Hi, Betty.
Hi, Grammar.
Hi, you can call me Grammar or you can call me Celia.
Okay, Grammar or Celia, hi.
Hi. So I thought that now that it's pretty clear that Donald Trump has another project going on, I would share with the world the thing that, the proposal that I sent him, because I don't think he's going to get to it.
Ooh, what is it? No, he's a busy guy. So what is it?
Yeah. Well, he's a busy guy, and since I think he's not going to get to my proposal, maybe some other billionaire or multi-millionaire would be interested. Anyway, it's a proposal regarding a patriotic curriculum for America, because he was talking about that. He was talking about that towards the end of his, what I call his first term of his presidency. And I happen to have an idea about that sort of thing. And I imagine that there are some other patriotic billionaires out there, like maybe Steve Wynn or Elon. Well, Elon is probably being absolutely inundated with proposals nowadays. I'm sure everyone is tweeting him their idea of how he should spend his money.
I'm sure they are, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, and this...
He's kind of busy anyway.
Yes. But who knows, maybe Larry Ellison would be interested. Who knows, but... Yeah, Elon's busy running 2 companies. Anyway, yeah. So anyway, I'll just, this is for any billionaires who are listening, but I just thought I'd see what you also think, Betty.
Yeah,
so anyway,
what is it?
Well, here's this letter that I wrote to Donald Trump, and I guess, maybe it got lost in the mail because he never responded, so we'll see. Yeah. Anyway, so it says, "Dear President Trump, I felt encouraged by your resolve late in the first term of your presidency, wink, wink, to introduce a patriotic curriculum in American schools. For several years, I've been contemplating a patriotic studies project that I would like to propose to you. In my 20 years, yes. So in my 20 years as a business and technical writer, journalist, instructional designer, and English language teacher, and a student myself of several foreign languages, I have experienced again and again the well-known educational principle that the best way to learn a habit or subject is by producing rather than consuming." Now, I'm just going to pause here and tell you, I've seen some other people who are just like mad and desperate to get students to start reading, more patriotic materials, and they have these plans to pay them to read. Well, that's not what you do. You pay them to write. I mean, just like in real life.
It's not going to work to pay them to read anyway. That's
No.
just not going to work. It's not going to have the same effect.
No, pay them to study. You pay people to produce things, just like real life. You don't pay people to consume things. You pay people to produce things. So, okay. So yeah, the best way to learn a habit or subject is by producing rather than consuming. In language study, for instance, this means having real conversations in the target language rather than memorizing vocabulary lists, right? So for a patriotic curriculum, this would mean researching and writing about America's political and economic system rather than passively reading about it. Of course, reading would be important, but its object would be to synthesize one's learning and then present ideas that are new, true, and important.
Right, so that reading would be just the first step.
Yeah, the reading would be in service of the production.
Right.
Yeah. So this is what American students should be doing, I say. I envision a high-stakes writing competition that would engage a large and broad range of high school students in serious research and the production of materials that could even become part of the patriotic curriculum. So there you are. I mean, like the deliverables from this competition could actually could build the curriculum itself. So the competition would be open to students in grades 10 through 12, with topics announced annually, so this would be an annual competition, topics announced annually on the following source documents. Sophomores, the Constitution, papers of 8 to 10 pages. Juniors, the Federalist Papers,
Yummy.
papers of 8 to 10 pages, yes. And seniors, The Wealth of Nations by Adam Smith, papers of 15 to 20 pages.
Ooh.
This would be challenging. Okay, now I'm departing from my letter, but I'm just talking to you. This would be challenging, but I know that high school students could do this. I know they could.
Not only could they, but they would love to get their chops into this.
Yes.
They really
Just some real stuff. I can't even imagine how insufferable it must be to be a high school student nowadays and have to read kiddie books. Sit there watching movies all day and
yes, that have been scrubbed clean of any kind of message that they have anyway.
Anything provocative, anything that would
Yeah.
actually start a discussion. I know. So. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, okay. Well, there are going to be some built-in cheat preventions here. So a schedule of events or a schedule of whatever the parts of the competition would start with qualifying rounds administered by testing experts like Pearson or McGraw-Hill, and these people, I mean, they have a bunch of like anti-cheat mechanisms. So the first round would be a challenging multiple choice test to advance the most knowledgeable students to the next round, which would be a live writing test to advance the students most skilled in language and critical thinking to the actual composition stage. So, again, the first qualifying round is a multiple choice test. It's a challenge one. This is where you have to be prepared to take the test. You have to do reading and studying just to take the test. And it would be, for sophomores on the Constitution, for juniors on the Federalist Papers, and for seniors on the Wealth of Nations. So it would be that, and it would be administered by, like a standard testing company. At this point, okay, when they get to the actual composition, and then the next round, a live writing test, and for that, I mean, you couldn't do a Chat GPT thing. You go in there and you don't even know what the prompt is going to be, and the prompt would be something like, it would be like a little set of, like you would read a teeny little article, and then you would have to, say argue pro or con for some conclusion, something like that. You would have to write, I don't know, 1,500 words or something, but you would have to do a live writing test. Okay? So, when they advance to the composition stage, students would have a set amount of time to research, write, and submit their papers, which could be judged by undergrads or graduate students in the appropriate majors at Hillsdale College or Stanford. And then the finalists would compete in events like panel discussions and interviews.
I like it.
Yes, where they would defend and discuss their papers with their peers and with experts. There would be, like an expert on this panel discussion. There would be experts doing the interviewing, or there would be like a round table of like 10 students that would be talking about their papers, and there would be like an expert or two in there to lead the.
It would be great if you could attract an expert like a Peter Robinson or Thomas Sowell or somebody like that.
Well, that would be insane. That would be the guest speaker at the awards ceremony.
Okay, yeah, they can be okay.
But they could be undergraduates. They could be graduate students, or they could be, I don't know, graduate students or teachers, whatever. They could be lesser luminaries. But experts.
They could be demigods.
Yeah, discuss their papers with peers and experts. The competition would develop not only knowledge of America's greatness, but skills in communicating it. We go on. So, quote, another essay contest, you may be asking. Well, the element that would make this event unique and stimulate learning to a significant scale would be incentive. Which brings me to the money part of this proposal. And by money, I mean money. The top prize would be $100,000.
Ooh, I'll take that.
Look,
challenge.
who's going to sit around and study that hard and work that hard and write that hard for like $1,000? Whatever. Yeah. Or even 10,000. You can earn that over the summer.
Or even just for the glory of it.
Yeah.
I mean, that would reduce that would reduce 90% of your contestants. Right.
Yeah, but
there.
I mean, the thing is, you have to offer that much money to get people to work that hard.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And not only that, and also the point of big money is to draw a big applicant pool.
Exactly. That's what I
Yes.
was just going to say. That would draw more
Yes.
applicants. Because as it stands now, it sounds like, and this is my bigger question that I've been thinking about as you're talking. What kind of applicants do you think? Like right now, I think of kids in high school and junior high, or in high school, and the ones that I know in high school, their knowledge of history reaches all the way back to like breakfast, and nothing beyond that. So so I just don't know.
Okay.
So I'm wondering.
I'm coming to that.
So I mean, so you could get the kids in AP class. Okay,
Yeah,
well,
okay.
go ahead.
So, all right.
Go
So
ahead.
this would stiffen the competition so that even competing at entry level would require study and prep, thus exposing all competitors to sources and topics of crucial importance to a patriotic understanding of America. Now, schools, excuse me, schools choosing to partner in the competition, which is another option, would harden and uplift their curricula in history and civics. So this would have an effect on schools.
Yes,
Yeah.
it would, and it would have an effect on. It would have an effect on schools, and it would have an effect on the students just because they're already walking into a situation where they're expected to know more.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not walking into a kindergarten, which is basically what they're walking into.
Exactly. So, and it says, and as I go on, these effects could ripple back into grade schools. That's what I say in my letter here. As I've kicked this idea around over the years, I've debated whether to aim for a single. Oh, yeah, okay. I said I'd do it all myself if I had the money. President Trump, I traveled from California to Washington, D.C. to watch you speak on January 6, 2021. Oh my God, did I do that? Well, now
Yes.
it can be told. To watch you speak on January 6, 2021. If you have any questions about that, anyone out in the audience, just ask me. And I will never give up faith in this country as long as I remember that experience. Oh, yeah, what do you know? It wasn't anyway. There are so many people and events that you were unable to witness firsthand. Imagine plane flights to and from Los Angeles, filled with passengers wearing flags like superhero capes and chanting, USA, USA. Really, this plane load of people chanting USA, USA. I know.
Amazing. I love hearing
to and from
that.
Los Angeles. We're talking the left coast.
These people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the fact that these people
Yes.
exist gives
Yes,
me hope.
yeah, that's why I'm saying. Imagine ordinary people from all over the country walking down Constitution Avenue, trading stories of what brought them there. The support for you and our country is hearty and ubiquitous. I mean, it's wide, it's everywhere. Everywhere you go, you'll find the support. I hate to see it undermined by, of all institutions, our educational system. I think my project is one case where throwing money at a problem would actually help solve it. This project is one I would attack with passion. It's the perfect culmination of my life's work and wanderings, just as I believe the pinnacle of American leadership has been of yours. I hope to hear from you. I'd like to give you a more detailed presentation and win your support. Well, anyway, best grammar splaining. Anyway, so the limo didn't come around to deliver me my, ticket to Mar-a-Lago. So I guess he didn't get my letter, or I guess he was busy, doing other things. But it's okay because Steve Wynn could do it, and Elon could do it, and Larry Ellison could do it, and
there are any number of billionaires out there who would step up for that if they could only hear about it.
I think so.
Because you've got the basic structure.
I do.
down.
I've thought. Yeah, I do. And I'm already.
Yeah. You've thought
There's a
it
lot
all
more
out.
details that I didn't put in this letter because I know Trump's a busy guy and I wanted to keep it down to 2-3 pages. So I had a little about me type thing in there with a little headshot. But yeah. So now that I'm pretty sure that Trump won't be able to get to my project, I'm just putting it out there for any other, like I said, any other billionaires or multi-millionaires. That's my idea for a patriotic curriculum.
Jeez. Well, if I was a billionaire,
I would
do
really
it.
throw myself into that.
Yeah, and it would it would throw such a wrench into the 100-year campaign to corrupt the school
I know.
system.
Well, I'll tell you something. The thing is about this essay contest, about these compositions. I'm not saying that they have to say, "Oh, rah, rah, rah," because look, the topics there'd be a topic on the Constitution, the Federalist Papers, or the Wealth of Nations, and a student would be perfectly welcome to talk about flaws, to argue that, I mean, they would be perfectly welcome to take up what would look like a non-patriotic, position, as long as they argue
Yeah.
it rationally and with facts.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, this is not.
Actually, that would be nice to see. It would be refreshing to see something like that in a sea of rah rah rah.
That's right. I mean, this is not all about. It's not all about It's not about drinking Kool-Aid. It's not. Let's see how much Kool-Aid you can drink and then produce. That's not what it is. It's not an indoctrination thing. It's like, all right, here's the source materials. Now use your head. Tell me something that I haven't heard before. Or tell me something. Whatever. What's your take?
Yeah.
So yeah, there we are. And I think that this, the way I've structured this, the way I've got this, is that it would get around the Chat GPT and the other ways of cheating. Other, like I say, professional testing companies would be able to advise it on that too, to prevent all the nifty new cheating systems. But especially because they would have to be able to talk at some point. They would have to be able to have a discussion. They would have to do things that you can't
have
fake.
a discussion, and also and also the writing, the whatever,
The live writing
the
test.
Writing test. Yeah, that would help out too. I mean, that would be an indicator of whether they're cheating
Exactly,
or not.
because they couldn't even memorize something beforehand because they don't know what the prompt is going to be.
Right.
So there's all that, and it would have to be in English. Sorry, everything in English. It would all be in English. And what the heck? I wouldn't mind taking this competition to any country that wants it. Hey, Chinese students, you want to? Yeah.
Why not? I especially like the money part.
Yeah.
Offering that kind of money is serious.
It is. I mean,
that would
it
really
shows students that we take this seriously. We take you seriously.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
it's not just I don't want to belittle these kinds of projects, but I mean, in every little town, whatever, there's a local something or other club that offers like a $300 prize to someone who writes an essay on God bless America, what my country means to me. It's not going to be that kind of thing. And I'm not even demanding that kind of writing. It does not have to be a God bless America, what my country means to me thing. It is an argument. It's a thesis.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, the billionaires, they're fun.
I mean, people don't know who Steve Ellison is.
Larry Ellison, Steve Wynn.
I'm sorry, Steve.
Okay, well, start trying to find a billionaire, and I'll work on it too.
Yeah, I'll look through my contacts and see if I have any.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. I'll go through my contacts too. For all I know, someone in my LinkedIn might be a billionaire. I don't know.
Yeah.